Bill O'Reilly here, Tuesday, November 16th, 2021. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening across our nation. Cases of COVID climb again in the USA. Russia tests a new space weapon. The country's largest meat producers raising prices to offset inflation. The U.S. marriage rate falling to record lows. Also ahead, the fall of CNN. But first, COVID returning to some parts of the country. Infections up 18% nationwide. Hardest hit regions, Midwest and Northeast. In Vermont, the number of cases went from 45 in early August to 355 this week, an increase of nearly 700%. Previous hotspots are cooling down, however. The lowest rates in the country are now found in Florida, Texas, and the Carolinas. Moscow launching an anti-satellite missile into space, the warhead smashing into a target miles above the Earth, sending thousands of pieces of debris into orbit. The test comes as Russia amasses troops along its border with Ukraine. Poland also deploying soldiers to stop thousands of illegal migrants directed by Putin trying to cross into the European Union. Mr. Putin claiming the buildup is his response to NATO drills in the region. Keep your eye on this. Putin senses weakness from President Biden. Tyson Foods hiking prices heading into the holidays. The nation's biggest meat producer charging 19% more for poultry, 33% more for beef, pork up 38%. Farmers blaming increased costs, most packing facilities operating at 50% capacity, Americans now bracing for the most expensive Thanksgiving dinner in history. Cost of turkey up 20% compared to last year. Folks tying the knot in the USA falling to historic lows. Recent study by the National Center for Health shows 6 new marriages for every 1,000 people. The least since the feds began keeping records way back in 1867. Researchers blame the trend on pandemic and financial hardships. Also, the decline of organized religion. The number of Americans who identify as atheist or agnostic rising from 17% to 26% in the last decade. In a moment, huge decline at CNN. We'll tell you why. Right back. My trusted technology research executive, Jeff Brown, has a must-see video out right now called The Great Reset. This reset has been in the works since 2015. Now the circumstances are just right, and it appears to be coming to fruition. So please pay attention, because in Jeff's briefing, he will show us exactly what's going on, the proof, and how we can best prepare. He'll also give us the name of an investment he believes we must own if we hope to have any chance at preserving our hard-earned cash. In fact, if you buy it soon, he's convinced you could be one of the select few Americans who could see their nest egg double just from this one single asset. We may be about to witness the greatest financial shift in the history of America with the Great Reset. So, prepare now. Go to jeffbrowntech.com. That's jeffbrowntech.com. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. Bad times at CNN. With worldwide distribution, the cable news network is a very powerful brand. We all know that. But in the USA, ratings at CNN are going down fast. In October 2016, CNN averaged almost 2 million viewers every night. That was the Trump surge. In October 2021, 5 years later, CNN had a paltry 700,000 viewers, a 63% audience decline. Now, CNN has 36 bureaus around the world, about 4,000 employees. A man named Jeff Zucker is president of CNN Worldwide. In February of this year, he announced he would step down by the end of the year. Zucker is paid about $6 million a year. The highest paid anchor is said to be Anderson Cooper, with an annual salary of $15 million, followed by Wolf Blitzer at $5 million, John King at $2 million. I don't believe the Cooper number, as his daily audience has never been large. Total annual revenue at CNN, according to Forbes magazine, $1.7 billion as compared to Fox News, $2.9 billion. Now, the reason CNN is losing so many viewers is that it is no longer a news agency. Every single one of CNN's anchors is liberal. Not one conservative or independent. All are leftists. That has alienated some viewers around the world who are looking for information without ideology. Also, CNN was so hateful against President Donald Trump, it branded itself as irresponsible, even if you don't like Mr. Trump. His treatment on CNN was savage. Zucker and the other managers are, of course, responsible. They have ruined a once credible news organization. Now, it is essentially propaganda all day, every day. And that is a real disservice to this country. Americans need honest information. That doesn't mean you have to be milquetoast and boring and straddle the middle on all issues. It doesn't mean you can't have robust debate and commentary, and you can't have a point of view. It does mean that you have to try at least to have some semblance of balance, and CNN does not. It traffics exclusively in pro-liberal, anti-conservative propaganda. That's what it does, and it has destroyed itself. R.I.P. CNN. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. For honest news analysis, please go to BillO'Reilly.com. In a moment, something you might not know. Attention savvy investors looking for predictable monthly cash flow? How about a double-digit targeted bonus return? If you want the safety and security of a real estate investment, but without the hassles of being a landlord, you've probably heard about NRIA. NRIA is an industry-leading real estate development firm in its 15th year. They develop strategically located, lower-risk, high-demand neighborhoods that are based on supply-demand imbalance. They are a great fit for safety-oriented investors who want cash flow and diversification in carefully chosen real estate. So you can learn more about the NRIA Real Estate Development Fund at nria.net, or you can call 800-800-1414. That's easy, 800-800-1414.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at nria.net.
Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. Sir Paul McCartney releasing a new book this month. The hardcover is titled The Lyrics, 1956 to the Present. It features the backstory behind 150 of McCartney's best-known songs. Despite breaking up more than 50 years ago, the Beatles remain one of the most popular bands on the planet. Beginning in 1963, the Fab Four, as they were called, racked up sales of 1.6 billion singles, 600 million albums, 25 number one records, and the song Yesterday by McCartney has been covered professionally more than 3,000 times. Apple Records, the Beatles' holding company, is controlled by McCartney, Ringo Starr, and the estates of John Lennon and George Harrison. And Apple continues to push out the products. The label routinely reissues old albums, sells custom instruments, video games, virtual concerts, even attractions in Las Vegas. They license songs to films, TV, commercials. The show Mad Men, for example, paid $250,000 to use a 30-second clip of the Lennon-McCartney song Tomorrow Never Knows in one episode. If you can believe it, the Beatles were the top-selling rock band last year. In total, the group racked up $90 million in sales in 2021. As per their 1968 business agreement, the money was split evenly between McCartney's star, Lennon's widow Yoko Ono, and Harrison's widow Olivia. The Beatles even have a new movie coming out. The Disney-produced documentary called Get Back features 56 hours of edited material as the band recorded music for the album Abbey Road. The Beatles remain the most popular rock band in the world, ranked by Rolling Stone magazine. And here's something else you might not know. Outside Apple Records, Paul McCartney's production company, owns the rights to more than 3,000 songs, including Buddy Holly's entire catalog and music from Broadway shows Guys and Dolls and Grease. McCartney is rock and roll's wealthiest musician by far, estimated worth $1.2 billion. Back after this. There is a reason you have homeowners insurance, because without it, a fire, flood, or burglary could turn your life upside down. But there's something your policy does not cover that could destroy you financially. It's called home title fraud, and the FBI says it's one of the fastest growing crimes. That's why you need Home Title Lock. Title fraud happens when a criminal forges your signature stating you sold your home. Then he takes out loans against your home, leaving you with the payments. You'll spend a fortune in legal fees alone. Home Title Lock will put a barrier around your home's title. Once they detect anyone trying to forge their way onto your home's title, they help shut it down. So please go to HometitleLock.com and register your address to see if you're already a victim. Enter radio for 30 days of free protection. That's code radio at HometitleLock.com. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.